Question 1. What can you add to fuel to prevent it from becoming less effective at low temperatures?
B. Anti-waxing additives.
Question 2. You are about to pass this car. What is the main hazard you should be aware of?
B. The driver's door may suddenly open.
Question 3. You are driving on a motorway in heavy rain. What could cause your steering to become unresponsive?
A. Water reducing the tire's grip on the road.
Question 4. You're driving on a dual carriageway and intend to overtake the vehicle ahead. What should you do if there's a car approaching quickly behind you in the right-hand lane?
A. Stay behind the slower vehicle.
Question 5. You're driving behind two cyclists. They're approaching a roundabout in the left-hand lane. What should you expect them to do?
A. Go in any direction.
Question 6. What does 25-foot mean on this motorway sign?
C. The number of the next junction.
Question 7. What is the meaning of this road sign?
B. Lane for heavy and slow vehicles.
Question 8. You are driving a vehicle that has anti-lock brakes. How should you apply the foot brake when you need to stop in an emergency?
D. Rapidly and firmly.
Question 9. You are about to start a journey in freezing weather. What part of your vehicle should you clear of ice, snow?
B. The windows.
Question 10. On what type of road surface may anti-lock brakes be ineffective?
B. Loose.
Question 11. Which road users are most likely to be affected by the turbulence created by large vehicles traveling at speed?
B. Drivers towing caravans.
Question 12. What's the national speed limit on a single carriageway road?
B. 60 miles per hour.
Question 13. What should you do if thick black smoke is coming from the exhaust of your vehicle?
C. Stop in a safe place and get help.
Question 14. What should you do if you have to stop while you're going through a congested tunnel?
C. Keep a safe distance from the vehicle in front.
Question 15. You see this traffic light ahead. Which light or lights will come on next?
A. Red alone.
Question 16. The double white line along the center of the road is unbroken on your side. When may you cross the line?
B. To overtake a pedal cycle traveling at 10 miles per hour or less.
Question 17. Where would you expect to see these road markings?
B. On the approach to an arched bridge.
Question 18. You are driving on the motorway. What should you do if luggage falls from your vehicle?
A. Stop at the next emergency telephone and report the incident. Question 19. When should you check the oil level in your engine?
B. When the engine is cold. Question 20. You are going through a long tunnel. What will warn you of congestion or an incident ahead?
C. Variable message signs.
Question 21. What proportion of the width of a tire must have at least the legal minimum depth of tread?
D. 3/4.
Question 22. How can vehicle breakdowns be reduced?
B. By regular servicing.
Question 23. You've stopped on a firm, level surface. What's the first thing you must do before you uncouple the trailer?
B. Apply the parking brake.
Question 24. What would be illegal? D. Using a tire with exposed ply or cord. Question 25. What does this marker count down to?
C. A concealed level crossing.
Question 26. Who has priority when you're approaching this sign?
B. Oncoming traffic.
Question 27. What should you do if you see this sign when you're about to overtake?
D. Hold back until you can see clearly ahead.
Question 28. What is the meaning of this road sign?
C. Uneven road.
Question 29. You're on a motorway. What does it mean when a red cross is displayed above the hard shoulder?
D. You shouldn't use this lane as a running lane.
Question 30. What can cause unnecessary pollution to the environment?
D. Poorly maintained vehicles.
Question 31. You're traveling along this road. How should you pass the cyclist?
C. Leave them plenty of room as you pass.
Question 32. Why are these yellow lines painted across the road?
C. To make you aware of your speed.
Question 33. What should you do if your vehicle pulls to one side when you use the brakes?
B. Have the brakes checked as soon as possible.
Question 34. You are driving a car with blind spot monitoring function. What must you regularly check to make sure that the function will work properly?
A. That the sensors on the car are clean.
Question 35. You are driving along a motorway and switch on adaptive cruise control. What are you now allowed to do?
D. Check the road signs.
Question 36. What is the purpose of a catalytic converter?
C. To reduce harmful exhaust gases.
Question 37. What is the meaning of this road sign?
B. T-junction.
Question 38. What is the meaning of this road sign?
D. Zebra crossing ahead.
Question 39. What is the meaning of this road sign?
B. No parking on the days and times shown.
Question 40. What is the meaning of this road sign?
A. Quayside or riverbank.
Question 41. You are broken down on a two-way road. You have a warning triangle. At least how far from your vehicle should you place the warning triangle?
C. 45 meters, 147 feet.
Question 42. Your car breaks down on a level crossing. What's the first thing you should do?
B. Leave your vehicle and get everyone clear.
Question 43. A casualty is not breathing normally and needs CPR. At what rate should you press down and release on the center of their chest?
B. 120 times per minute.
Question 44. What information should you share if you're involved in a collision that causes damage to another vehicle?
B. Your name, address, and vehicle registration number.
Question 45. What are the consequences of driving your vehicle when it's emitting excessive exhaust smoke?
D. You'll be breaking the law.
Question 46. What should you do before slowing down or stopping your vehicle?
B. Use the mirrors.
Question 47. You are following a large vehicle. Why should you stay a safe distance behind it?
C. You'll give the driver a chance to see you in their mirrors.
Question 48. What should you do when you see this sign as you travel along a motorway?
A. Leave the motorway at the next exit.
Question 49. Why is it important to wear suitable shoes when you're driving?
B. To maintain control of the pedals.
Question 50. What's likely to happen if you put too much oil in your engine?
D. The oil seals will leak. Question 51. What should you remove from your car before leaving it unattended? D. The vehicle registration document.
Question 52. What's most likely to waste fuel?
D. Underinflated tires.
Question 53. You're parked on the road at night. When must you use parking lights?
B. When the speed limit exceeds 30 miles per hour.
Question 54. How will you benefit from following the manufacturer's service schedule for your vehicle?
C. Your vehicle will remain reliable.
Question 55. You have to make an unexpected journey. You're carrying a 5-year-old child on the back seat of your car. They're under 1.35 meters, 4 feet 5 inches, tall. How should you seat them if a correct child restraint is not available?
B. Using an adult seat belt.
Question 56. How would underinflated tires affect your vehicle?
A. The vehicle's stopping distance would increase.
Question 57. What could cause you to crash if the level is allowed to get too low?
B. Brake fluid level.
Question 58. What is the meaning of this road sign?
A. End of dual carriageway. Question 59. What is the meaning of this road sign? A. Crossroads.
Question 60. What can be damaged if you turn the steering wheel when the car is not moving?
D. The tires.
Question 61. You are driving along a dual carriageway. This symbol is displayed on your dashboard. Which advanced driver assistance system is turned on?
C. Lane keep assist.
Question 62. How can you help to prevent your car radio being stolen?
D. Install a security-coded radio.
Question 63. What makes your tires illegal?
B. If they have any large, deep cuts in the side wall.
Question 64. At an incident, someone is suffering from severe burns. How could you help them?
D. Douse the burns with clean, cool water.
Question 65. What should you do if a tire bursts while you're driving?
C. Pull up slowly at the side of the road.
Question 66. What should you do if a driver pulls out of a side road in front of you, causing you to brake hard?
A. Ignore the error and stay calm.
Question 67. You are driving on this dual carriageway. Why may you need to slow down?
C. There are roadworks ahead of you.
Question 68. You're about to drive home. What should you do if you feel very tired and have a severe headache?
A. Wait until you're fit and well before driving.
Question 69. What should you expect if you see this sign ahead?
C. The road will bend sharply to the left.
Question 70. You are driving on a road with several lanes. What do these signs above the lanes mean?
B. The two left lanes are open.
Question 71. What should you do if the vehicle starts reversing off the driveway?
C. Sound your horn and be prepared to stop.
Question 72. What signal should you give when you're going straight ahead at a roundabout?
A. Signal left before leaving the roundabout.
Question 73. What is the national speed limit on a single carriageway road for cars?
C. 60 miles per hour. Question 74. When may you drive your car in this bus lane? D. Outside its hours of operation.
Question 75. A single carriageway road has this sign. What is the maximum permitted speed for a car towing a trailer?
C. 50 miles per hour.
Question 76. When may you stop and wait in a box junction? B. When oncoming traffic prevents you from turning right. Question 77. A cycle lane, marked by a solid white line, is in operation. What does this mean for car drivers?
B. They must not drive along the lane.
Question 78. When may you stop on an urban clearway? D. To set down and pick up passengers. Question 79. You are driving on a busy main road. What should you do if you find that you are driving in the wrong direction? A. Turn around in a side road. Question 80. When would you use the right-hand lane of a two-lane dual carriageway? C. When you're turning right or overtaking. Question 81. What would suggest you're driving on an icy road? B. There's less tire noise. Question 82. You're driving along a country road. You see this sign. What should you do after dealing safely with the hazard? D. Test your brakes. Question 83. Why should you keep well to the left as you approach a right-hand bend? A. To improve your view of the road. Question 82. You are driving in a built-up area that has traffic calming measures. What should you do when you approach a road hump? C. Check your mirror and slow down. Question 85. What will be affected if the road surface becomes soft in very hot weather? D. The tire grip. Question 86. How much more fuel will you use by driving at 70 miles per hour, compared with driving at 50 miles per hour? B. About 15% of fuel. Question 87. When may passengers travel in a car without wearing a seat belt? D. When they are exempt for medical reasons. Question 88. What should you do when a person herding sheep asks you to stop?
B. Stop and switch off your engine. Question 89. Which vehicle will use a blue flashing beacon? B. Bomb disposal vehicle. Question 90. You are driving behind a large goods vehicle, LGV. What should you do if it signals left but steers to the right? A. Slow down and let the vehicle turn. Question 91. Why should you never wave people across at pedestrian crossings? A. Another vehicle may be coming. Question 92. What style of driving causes increased risk to everyone? C. Competitive driving. Question 93. You service your own vehicle. How should you dispose of the old engine oil? A. Take it to a local authority site.
Question 94. What's the most important reason for having a properly adjusted head restraint? B. To help you avoid neck injury. Question 95. What are these advanced stop lines for? C. To allow cyclists to position in front of other traffic. Question 96. What does it mean when there are double red lines running along the edge of a road? B. No stopping. Question 97. What is the meaning of this road sign? C. Uneven road. Question 98. What should the hard shoulder on a motorway be used for? B. As a place to stop when an emergency arises. Question 99. What does this motorway sign mean? D. All lanes closed ahead. Question 100. When must these two signs be used? D. When you're carrying a load that overhangs the front or rear of the vehicle by more than 2 meters, 6 feet 6 inches.